period and put
Put that donut hole away or I'm gonna shove it.
5 minutes later.
I would like to start by saying that number one, no, I have not and I will not read the book. So I will only be talking about the movie. And number two, if you don't like romantic comedies, you are not going to like this video. And most likely we are not going to agree. So if that is something that you cannot tolerate and you're just waiting for me to open my mouth so you can go complain in the comments, I will advise you to leave. So why am I doing this? As mentioned, I have not read the book, so I am not a fan of the story, and I tend to avoid romantic comedies if I'm honest, because I have always categorized them as predictable. Still, I found myself enjoying The Hating Game. Why? Well, that question haunted me for the next couple days. The Hating Game is about two co-workers, Lucy and Josh. Both work for very different publishing companies that had to merge. Every day they act like each other's nemesis when in reality they are very attracted to each other. The hating part of the relationship tries to show this super high tension that other co-workers might notice at times, even when covered in a competitive work kind of tension. While the loving part appears really fast in the movie, and most of it is focused on them trying to define where they will go from there. So, if you haven't watched the movie, now you know. Let's move on. A rom-com is defined as a movie or play that deals with love in a light, humorous way. The initial setup for rom-coms is usually attributed to William Shakespeare. Two lovers made for each other are torn apart by some sort of disagreement to eventually end up together. Some rom-coms movies have actually borrowed Shakespeare's plot. 10 Things I Hate About You, for example, takes its plot from The Taming of the Shrew, She's the Man from 12th Night. So we can say that with the rom-com formula being the same, these movies might turn out to be, very predictable, which makes the how will they come together the differentiating factor on each movie. Hating Game is silly. It's a goofy, not that realistic movie. The thing is, it knows it's goofy. It knows that it's cheesy, it's not trying to set an example for future relationships. Straight from the overdramatic exposition of the story, you know it's not taking itself seriously. So that, yeah, they are mimicking each other because they are actually not that different. Who would have guessed it? Does it try too hard to achieve this? We are more similar than what we would like to admit, but look at all of this tension we have. Do you feel it? Yes, absolutely. Could they maybe tone it down a bit to make it feel less forced? Yeah, absolutely. But how is The Hating Game on realism different from 50 First Dates on realism, or To All the Boys I Have Loved on realism? All rom-coms hold some sort of fantasy element to them. You will probably not jump on a moving car or sing I Love You Baby at your school soccer field. And we all know it will be very creepy if a guy painted their walls your eye color. But these moments are the flying cars through skyscrapers or the crazy jumps to rom-com movies. They add this I have to keep watching kind of moment. Probably more to laugh at it than to identify ourselves with it, but isn't that the point? A deep movie with some sort of lesson will always be appreciated, but that doesn't mean all movies need to be like that. Rom-coms tend to fit in the comfort movies category for some people. They result easy to rewatch, fit multiple scenarios, you can watch them with friends, family, with a partner, or by yourselves. And they can work as some sort of pause button to reality. Comfort content is probably one of the most subjective things out there. My mom, for example, loves Christmas movies, even when it is nowhere near Christmas. Well, I found them unbearable. But that doesn't mean they're bad, they are just not my kind of movie. And as far as being realistic, If we're going to come for rom-coms for their lack of realism, we have to come for action movies too, for example. So, yes, the hating game is cheesy, predictable, and it tries too hard, but I guess the why, or my why at least, is that not for that is being a bad rom-com. If anything, is being exactly one. I really want to end this video by bringing up this quote from Jesse Caddell's Shakespeare Crafted the Genre of the Romantic Comedy article. Apparently, liking Shakespeare makes me intelligent and well-read, but liking romantic comedies makes me petty and shallow. Which is kind of the same as generalizing that if someone listens to hip-hop songs, they will not be able to appreciate classical music. Thanks for tuning in, and stay safe, Shortcake.